Welcome to season 22-23 at Manly 16-foot Skiff Club. Coming to you today to cover heats 1 and 2 of the club championship. The breeze has just kicked a little and it's going to be a very fruity day out here, that's for sure. As you can see there on the red pumps on screen. Joining me in commentary today is Craig Nichols, Fast Eddie, and Paul McKenzie, the Wobbly Sausage. Welcome, boys.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Thanks for having us out here.
Mate, love having you guys out here. It's, when we were putting pen to paper on who we wanted, we went, well, we'll get you two, and that was it. It was easy. It was a nice, easy week of chasing commentators. So Craig's currently out injured with... we'll touch on that a bit later on, what's going on with you and what's going on with the Typhoon program, because it's quite an exciting season planned for the Typhoon. And Paul, happily retired, mentoring, drinking beers, I believe.
Yeah, professional bar rider these days.
Very good. And did you get a chance to have a chat with some people through in the park on your way around? I know you had some other commitments on and you're sort of a bit rushed to get here for us, which we appreciate.
Yeah, I came through the park and I saw Trent Barnabas and those boys. They've got a young one of the young studs from the AST on the boat.
Dan Lynx.
Yeah.
Aaron Lynx, the Lynx Effects' young bloke.
Yeah. And then had a quick chat to Ruffy, Gus and Matt to give them a bit of grief and put the pressure on them. So...
on the Moon and Yachts, which is that's them on screen, the old Sutec team.
Yeah, I think they gave everybody a bit of a touch up last week, so hopefully they can do the same.
They sailed brilliantly last week, mate. They about a 4-minute win, I think, in the end, but they literally got the God card from hell at the top mark. They came around the top mark, set their spinnaker straight to the bottom mark, tacked around the port bottom mark, and one tack straight back up the top, and everyone else was zigzagging the way through. So, they did show a clean set of heels last week, and I think they're going to be probably the boat to beat today, I dare say.
Same course as last week, Jimmy. So.
Yep. So, we're just seeing the course boards on the back of the boat. What have we got? 270 degrees. So, for those that normally watch the 18 footers, we're right down near the mouth of the harbour at Sydney Heads. We are literally between the heads at the moment. There's down towards the city. That's where the 18s normally race. And we are very privileged that Manly 16-foot Skiff Club came and put us on, Sail Media on, to cover the 16s this year. We're covering all of the club championships and the Australian championships, which is going to be awesome.
Sensational.
It's going to be great fun, and hopefully at some point you're a bit better and you're not on here, Craig, that you're on the actual Typhoon would be good.
Great to have a couple of sails. I've just noticed, to let people know that the Moon and Yachts, we have Matt Stenner up the bow this week, as opposed to Kurt was on the bow last week.
Yep. So that's going to be I think a pretty regular rotation, isn't it, Paul? You're pretty close to those boys.
Yeah, so I just had a quick chat to Ruffy. I think they're going to go between Matt and Kurt quite a bit as Matty goes off and does all his other stuff he seems to be doing these days and do the 18s, the MCs and kind of thing, and just see where they can slot in and still jag a few good results.
Well, he's got a few big shoes to fill from last week when they won last week without Matt, so a bit of pressure on him today, you reckon, Paulie?
Oh, Matty deals with it pretty well. He's pretty confident in what he's doing on this thing. Ruffy's got all the systems down pat. That boat sails itself, I think, with Gus and Ruffy on it these days, so I'm quietly confident in the boys today.
Right, so your money's on the Moonin?
Yeah.
What about you, Jimmy?
Well, there's nowhere else really to stick it at the moment. The Moonin guys are just class above. They're just an incredible polished team, and especially with Gus. Like I was chatting with Paulie before, like obviously both of us, Paulie and me, being sheet hands our whole 16 career. Gussie's definitely the class above when it comes to being a sheet hand.
Yeah, and he slots in really well with Ruffy. The combination between the two, where Ruff's a little... Oh, sorry, I just had a noise, mate. Just
You'll get used to it, Paul.
Yeah, used to it. But Ruffy's got all the system down pat, and the boys can just jump in the front and makes it nice and easy.
And there's Altus Consulting just on screen with Phil Cook. He's almost been sailing skiffs as long as you. Almost, Craig.
Almost. I think he's about 4 or 5 years behind me, but he's definitely been there for a long time.
And that's that boat there is that is the last boat the late great Huey Cook built that they're sailing there, the Altus. Hugh Cook was an ex-Commodore of Manly 16-foot Skiff Club and life member, and was a very, very able shipwright, marine surveyor back in the day, and built that. And then on screen there, you've got Red Pumps and Capital Brewing Company in the background with the red spinnaker. It's Jessica Riles, one of our 2 female skippers today. The other one being Georgia Clancy on the... I got a message through from it. They got a sponsor, Outback Marine, powered by Victron.
Well done.
Nice.
Is what it is.
Well done, Georgia.
So, and there's Jessica. She sails with her brother Andrew, and obviously Ed Rigby there. And then the other boat right beside him, there's the IME with young Dan Links, Trent Barnabas and Robbie Napper.
They'll give it a good shake today. Any boat with Trent and Rob on it, it's always going to be up the front of the fleet. It's just see how this new combination goes and see if they can push through in this tricky westerly.
Yeah, they had a few problems last week. They had young Zach up the bow. But I don't know how quite the car trip would have been home, but...
Father-son combinations rarely work in my experience from my younger days sailing Flying 11s.
Trent sailed for years with his father, Trevor, and they got on really well. Won world championships and stuff together, so maybe it runs in the family as it goes along.
Perhaps. It definitely didn't work in our family. It's all right. That's all right. That's all right. I learned every four-letter word I knew when I was about 7 years old.
Wouldn't have it any other way. And the club's celebrating 100 years this year, which is a fabulous achievement. And part of that 100 years, we've only just opened up the brand new clubhouse at St George. Craig, you went there and had a look.
Fantastic new club down at St George that the Manly Skiff Club have built for our fellow sailors down at St George. Hello to anyone down there watching the live screen now. Hope we've got you on the big screen down there.
And there's young Dan Links on screen, a very, very accomplished 29er sailor. And there's the start boat with Altus and a couple other yachts. There's another regatta out here, but we're not out here to cover that. But you got, just to the left of screen there, you got Botany Access coming at us, which is a nice brother combination of Chris Thomas and Ryan Thomas, and the one and only Tickets, Jared Smith.
And
on
they
board.
do use four-letter words. I hear them all the time. That's brotherly love on that boat.
Are they like that in the rigging park, Craig? Because you rig up next to them. So
No, they're pretty
calm there.
No, it's usually just out on the water when, Brian will get into Chris after they've gone the wrong way and say, look, I told you we shouldn't have gone that way.
Oh, the beautiful hindsight sailor, right?
That's it.
We all love them. It's going to be a tricky one today on which way you go, being a bit of west in it. So
A bit of westerly, this track. As we just like to say, it's either black or red, or heads and tails. You can't go up the middle. You've got to pick a side.
no, and that's what we've got the fire stopping back from Queensland for this season. Got some young guys in that, and they tried that middle road last week and
Got
were
hammered.
DFL.
Yeah.
So
Now, speaking to a few of the guys after the race, they said, I think one worker was left, the next worker was right, then it went back to the left, and everything. They said Ruffy just was picking them.
oh mate, you want to be in the TAB with him last Saturday, how good he was picking them.
As he said to me, he said, if you sail them long enough, he said, you get a day like that where you come straight to the bottom mark when everyone else is tacking downwind.
Who's that we've got on the screen there? That's Chubbs, is it? Yep, Chubbs. So it's Jesse Dransfield, James Doyle and James Lee. So get very confusing when you go James pull the rope.
Exactly.
I got to jump on and sail a few races with the boys last year. They called me up whilst the sheet hand broke their leg. I had a lot of fun. And, they've only been in the class for a few years, so we're expecting them to keep on moving forward as they get a bit more stable with their crew work and everything like that. But, yeah, there's a bit of talent on the back of that boat, I can tell you. I really enjoyed sailing with Jesse.
Yeah.
So just looking on screen, you can see the breeze has just died right out. So in a westerly, we used to call it, anyone's old enough to remember, we used to say, get the jaffers out. So it was interval of the movies. Because the westerly will come for about 15 minutes, then it might disappear for 5 minutes. That's when we get the jaffers out and you just relax, because it usually comes back with a vengeance in about 5 minutes' time.
Do they ever make Jaffers anymore, Craig?
I'm not sure.
Someone's at home want to do some research, look that up for us.
Breeze has got
And
very
Craig, I was
soft.
talking to you last night. 1979, you started sailing 16-foot skiffs. Have you seen a hotter fleet in the past couple of years from the previous years and things like that?
Not really. Look, it's slowly got better and better. Just the last, say, 10 years to just in the last couple of years, it's just been awesome. Like, I think last year's Nationals, they had, I think there was at least 4 or 5 gold medalists, I'm pretty sure, at the...
There was plenty of gold floating around up in Belmont, wasn't there?
Yeah.
And there's one of the gold medalists we're talking about, the current national champion, Nathan Wilmot, Brett Davis and Sean Moran filling in for Mal Page today on the Mighty Typhoon.
Mal's still overseas with his sailing commitments, as he is now the new victor of the Australian
AST.
sailing team. Yeah.
And just heard through the radio that we're going to see an AP come up, so it's still breeze is probably flicking around just a little bit too much for them right at this moment. So just under AP. So sorry, viewers, go grab a nice cold one out of the fridge. Not you, Paul. You can wait till a little bit later.
The problem is, if he's going to wait for this wind to settle down, it's never going to.
No, being a westerly, it's just bang it off and let it go, right?
Exactly, because like it's now in the left, whereas 10 minutes ago it was coming out of the right.
Yep.
So for the viewers at home, there's a bit of a sou'wester in that at the moment, whereas 10, 15 minutes ago it was more nor'west.
It's just a classic September westerly. It's the day where, expect to get dunked a little bit. If you can keep the mast upright, you're going to have a good day.
And you'll be going upwind and you'll nudge the guy next to you on the wire and go, look at the one that guy's on.
Pretty much.
And then
They took your wire off the Typhoon finally. You don't have a trap build anymore, is the rumour I've heard.
Finally, after 40 years, they took my trapeze wire off me.
We might be onto something.
There's fire stopping on screen in front of the Moonin.
Young Alex Hart is jumped in, very committed young guy. Put him through the ringer already. Made him sit down and write a really lovely sponsorship proposal to Vycobi for their wet weather gear. He had to go down and do some penance down there. Got some, who else? Got Lockie and Seb on there.
Well, Seb's anybody's. I think Seb, it's got to be his fourth U-tail and 16s now.
Yeah.
I think I got him to sail with me, I think 4 or 5 years ago. I remember him saying, oh, I've got to go over and catch the bus home. And Mitch White was sailing with me. He said, how old are you, mate? He said, 15. He was a big 15-year-old then.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there's one of our 13s, Ebix, with, who's on there, Wobbly?
Gemma and James, two brother and sister, I assume. So
No, there's 2 boys on there, so we don't know what's going on there. We've been foiled with the information you've been given there, Paul. Wasn't a setup, I promise you. But that's one of the 13s. They're one of our training class boats for those of you tuning in from overseas or anywhere. They're just a local class that the 16-foot Skiff Association developed to help step the guys through. They're very similar to a 29er, but very much so got the supercharger with the full-size spinnaker. There's the Sutek.
On screen.
Great sponsor, Steve O'Bowen, and Paulie, you work there?
Yeah, I have the pleasure of working for Steve-O. I actually sailed on that boat with Ruffy 4 or 5 years ago. Great boat. And then 2 years ago, they had me sail half a season for them when the sheet hand broke his leg. So it was good to jump back on the old ship, and sailing with Josh and Mikey is always good fun.
So the secret is, anyone that's listening, if any of your crew ever get a broken leg, get in contact with us. We'll give you Paul's number. He's the fill-in for a broken leg.
I'm not that bad at the commentary.
No, we want you here, buddy. Now, just remember, viewers, if you're watching on YouTube, it's really important that you click on the settings and click on 1080 HD. And also, if you've got closed captions coming up across the bottom of your screen, it's an actual, in the settings again on YouTube, you can click that and turn that off so it doesn't look like we're talking some foreign language. And still on hold, and we're right over the top of Fireball. How good's that? There's
That's pretty
James
good.
Downey, James Pennington and Sam Skeen. They new to the class last year, boys, and apparently they were extremely popular at the Nationals up there at Belmont, handing out little Fireball shots to everyone. So, welcome aboard Fireball. It's great to have them on board as a sponsor of a boat. And, these young guys, they've taken the bull by the horns, and, they're slowly but surely getting into it, which is great.
Actually, I've seen them out practicing a couple of times too, actually.
Yeah. Well, you have that advantage of living on Eastern Hill. You can't sneak past anyone.
I know who trains and who doesn't.
There's contemporary pools.
That is Andrew St John.
And the 2 brothers, Andrew and Matt. Good to see Saint upright.
And viewers, the breeze has disappeared again. It's down to about, I'd say, under 5 knots. So once again, get the jaffers out, and it'll come back in a little while. It's gone.
It's disappeared.
Definitely don't want to be on a little rig right at this moment.
I haven't noticed any little rigs out here yet,
No.
which is, it'll be a tough old day, I think, if it stays like this, but, you know, it could be a day with the rig choice where you could look like a hero or a zero, depending on what, as Ed was saying, how the breeze is going out at that time.
Brett Davis' birthday yesterday, 47. We worked out
47.
last night, I think, at the table of
Big
knowledge.
rooster.
Yep.
Big pumped up rooster.
That's little rig on the contemporary pools, isn't it? Sorry,
Yes.
it's not on screen, but
So, Craig, you're the one that messages us when we're doing the 18 saying you tell them to stop talking about things not on screen.
I did say it wasn't on screen. Is that the only little rig, guys?
I think so.
When you've got the biggest sheet hand in the fleet, it's a bit of a interesting choice to put a little rig in.
Well, now we're out of it. There's,
Oh, no. Brett Ozer gives Saint a run for his money.
Oh, I don't think so. I don't even think I'm giving to Saint a run for his money at the moment.
there's
Employment hero.
employment hero, Will DeVola. He's got a fill-in, Felix DeVario,
Yeah.
and who else has he got? Alistair Hunter, doesn't he? By memory.
Alistair Hunter, very good sailor.
Yep.
He filled in one day for me last year. Fantastic. I think he won a 13 nationals, didn't he? With Will.
I think so.
Yeah.
So, sorry viewers that it's not all too exciting at the moment, but we're under starters orders with the answering pennant up. And there's red pumps red just to the right of screen, and the main red pumps in the background. So red pumps red is a Greg Windus has given that boat to Tyler Dransfield, another one of the Dransfields. They've very, very accomplished sailing family. The father was he a 470, I think, gun for a while. Sorry, JD, if I got that wrong, but you can happily correct me later on. And Chris Williams is in there, and a forward hand that everyone chased for years and years, and then he went overseas and did his own thing. Jackson Cranfield's jumped in there.
Now he's back.
He sailed a boat back from Europe, didn't he? All
Yeah.
the way across the Atlantic, Pacific. Managed to propose halfway through. Smart man, sort of.
So there we got the shebang on screen with the veteran Anthony King steering, also club treasurer at Manly Skiff Club,
He sails with his brother,
Jamie King.
Jamie, and they got the Jubes, the Jubilation, Julian Liderman. So they got the course board set for still 270 on the back of the start boat and an L3, so the compass is bang on, mate.
So the top mark would be in line with the Bathers Pavilion at Balmoral.
There you go. And we're right below North Head, like couldn't be any more below North Head. We tried.
Ropey 270's aiming at a Warber Street for all you Mossman people. Southwest up the top of the bay now.
Yeah. The flags on the start boat are a long way in the left from 270 where they're thinking at the moment, so
Won't be getting a start anytime soon, not with the flags aiming like that.
can't see it.
You reach to the top mark. IME on screen. Fabulous drone shot, that one.
Sorry, Leaks, if your son's name's not on there. We didn't know that until just before who was steering. So, Chit's our producer, builds all those slides during the week, and yeah, if we're not sure on who's who on the zoo, we leave it blank. What do you think's going to happen here, Craig? IME's just up over here, just above the start boat. There's
Copy.
the red pumps with your mate Harris on board.
I had the pleasure once of sailing with Ed and Jay on the Typhoon. It was
It's a pleasurable experience, isn't it? I've had that same.
You know, Ed's always been very quick through the water, but then he doesn't like tacking. Second lap of a course generally. Managed to get around the top first and just gradually made our way over to Ed Head in a nor'easter and drifted back through the fleet. But it was a good fun day with lots of schooners afterwards.
I think you saw one day when we were in front, we ripped the jib track off, didn't we?
We did. No, I think we blew the D clip off at the bottom. And hearing Ed and Jay talk to each other is
Quite an experience.
Yeah.
It is a hilarious experience.
Yeah. I want to get on the wire. That's pretty much all I heard all day. Get off the wire. Oh, God.
So viewers, that breeze has gone really hard left now.
It's almost directly in the south.
Nearly in the south. So, to answer your question, James, I don't know what the breeze is going to do. It's a westerly. It's liable to come straight back in from the... There's a bit of cloud cover.
Yeah, we'll look at...
Yeah, viewers, you can't see it, but there's a couple of... The fire stopping, a couple others are sort of reaching towards Middle Head, which is not good.
And Bartley Construction there, some young guys that have stepped up, which is Nathan Lilly, Jess Lilly and Tom Wormsley. They're quite successful in the 13-foot skiffs and have stepped up into the 16s, which is great to see. The formula that Manly has in place with the 13s and stepping them up into the 16s is being a real big success. I took advantage of that back when I was sailing with Doz and plucked him out of a 13 and had 2 successful seasons with him.
Very successful seasons in that very famous fire-stopping red boat over there somewhere.
Yep. And then he porked up, so we got rid of him.
So going back to the 13s, like they've been in Manly for about 22 years now, and it definitely works for the Manly fleet because I can tell you about 70% of the boats at the moment are crewed or skippered by people that have come through the 13-foot skiffs.
Yeah.
So the formula works for Manly 16-foot skiff club.
So I was sailing 13s the first year that they came through, and we were sailing down at Manly. One of the blokes that's come through the whole process down at Manly Juniors, flying 11s, 13-foot skiffs, and then finally jumped into a 16 at about 17, 18 years old, and then sort of from there sailed them again for another 13 years with limited success, sort of. But yeah, it works well.
But when you say the majority of the fleet have come through the Manly Juniors, flying 11s, 13s, I'd say at least half.
I think we're seeing a lot more of the young guys come through now. A few of the ones my age sort of faded out or went over and sailed the 18s or big boat sailing.
Yeah, but they all come back eventually.
They do.
It's good to go and try something different, have a change.
But as we were saying, about half the fleet now has graduated from the 13s, and as they get to learn the boat, we'll start to see them get a bit better over the next 3 or 4 years and start pushing towards the front.
That's good to see. And the 13 fleet's pretty, I think there's 13 of them this year, I think.
It's good, isn't it?
Fantastic.
Well, when we were rigging up the camera cap where we keep it up at Middle Harbour, we were speaking with Peter Tinworth. He was saying Middle Harbour 16s has got 15 16s this year, and they've got a real strong 13 fleet. They're looking for boats.
Really? Oh, that's fantastic. Right,
yeah.
15 16s?
Yeah.
Unbelievable. I didn't know that. Wow, that's good how they've grown that.
What's happening over there in New Zealand, Burger? Is that...
He's looking for the bladder side.
Easy wobbly. It's still a sensitive subject. And I've got chits and you to stem between.
That breeze is trying to go southeast.
Yeah. Yeah, I can feel it coming through the window on my left. So we've got the start boat on the move now. It's not on screen, but it's just heading back up towards sort of Middle Harbour, Dobroidish area.
You know what's going to happen? They'll go all the way up here and it'll swing back.
Yeah.
Do you want to bet on that, Sausage?
A few things that we can't control on the stream, one of them being the weather and the wind. So, last year for the 18s, we absolutely got hosed on board here, and we're quite lucky that, we're all enclosed, but I don't think we got too many races where we didn't have bucketing down rain. So, So
viewers, not on screen, but I'm looking up towards Sydney Harbour Bridge, and there's definitely a yacht coming down with a blue spinnaker, which is square running. So to us here, that means it is coming from the south, coming down the harbour. What's it say on Seabreeze?
So we've got southwest down the harbour at the moment.
There's that blue spinnaker on screen. So if you just talk about it, the boys will swing the cameras for you.
Thanks for that, Chits.
Oh, it's a mighty Burger on the camera. We've stolen Burger from the Andu Comanche program for the day. He's been filming them, and Bergs has been sailing over.
Nice aerial shot there. So at the moment, the start boat is the one right in the distance, putting off all the wake, and the rest of the boats are just following him to where he's going to probably set up the new start line for, say, a southwesterly. And by the time he gets his line set, it'll probably go back to the northwest. What do you reckon, Jimmy?
I think so.
Just had a look at the weather down the airport. It is northwest, so, I think this is a day when you're very glad you're not sitting on one of these boats and you're in the lovely camera car.
Well, we get every call right on here too, Sausage, so don't stress.
It'll be the first time I've got a call right.
So also, in the distance, we can see a bit of rain cloud, it looks like, up towards the northwest there.
Oh.
Just a bit left of screen at the moment, yeah.
The breeze has gone, as Warwick Brooklyn used to say, very funky.
And there's Red Pumps Red on the screen. See the little red dot on the back of the mainsail? That is how you determine the difference between those two boats that are virtually identical.
That's going to be really easy in a 25 knot sublet, isn't it?
Oh, perfect. So easy.
It's easy. That boat's in front of the other end.
Yacht on the southeaster.
So the Isles' father is the starter, who's this is the standby to standby to standby at the moment, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Yeah.
there's that yacht up in the distance. He's heading up the harbour in a southerly, just in front of the. Is it the fire stopping there?
Yeah.
It's just jumping behind Noonan. And Ian will put the camera in the back.
37.
Just do a little bit of close quarters. Say hi. Just close to the back of the plane.
There's Matty showing us his big smile.
The happiest man ever on a 16.
Ruffy loves this kind of weather. Absolutely loves it. 0 to 5 knots. Absolutely revels in it.
So having a look down into the boat in comparison to the 18s, you can see it's quite a bit tighter and there's a lot of strings running everywhere for everyone to trip over, especially on Ruffy's boats. He likes to have systems on systems and everything works perfectly, but you need to have him there to help you to do it, otherwise you're really going to struggle.
Take up for a take up.
Yeah, very much so. He's got some fancy things happening underneath the spinnaker bag you think he put in last year, but that boat's his third baby after he had his second one, I think about 8 weeks ago, and yeah.
That's his third baby
Yeah.
in the pecking order. You got to get that right.
Oh.
If Candy's watching, we could have him in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
There's the employment hero just beside him. G'day, Dole. I know you'll be watching, brother. We hope you're on the speedy road to recovery. I believe everything went well with the surgery, and mate, our thoughts are with you.
Yes, Dol. Hope you get better soon, and we'll be seeing you very soon for beers.
It's Felix, yeah.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
The Vario on the sheet.
Yeah, I ran into him on the way over to come out today, and he said they gave him a late call up this morning, and he was more than happy to jump in.
Yeah, I think he advertised his services on Facebook yesterday on the Manly Skiff page, saying if anyone was looking for a crew.
That's dangerous.
It's amazing Saint didn't jump in the chance.
Oh,
So, Jimmy, what's happened to the boat he was steering? Oh, they sold it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Vykobi
Yes.
was snapped up by Gilzo, wasn't it?
I think. Yes.
Gilzo went on a mad spending spree and bought everything that he could down here and went up the freeway.
it's a good decision.
2 red boats.
That's good.
And that's my little baby there, Paulie. That's
That's what I was about to say. That's a boat that I got to see the back of for quite a while. And
Yes.
You'll hear Jimmy refer to me as Thunder and himself as Lightning, because I always came in behind him.
We had a good, healthy rivalry
Yeah,
back in the day, didn't we, Paulie?
we did, and very healthy. I was actually lucky enough when I joined the 16 class. I was a young sheet hand coming through, and there were a couple of these very good sheet hands in the fleet that gave me a big hand and helped me up so that I could, jump up and sail with Ruffy and Steve and give me the chance. It's like Ant and Jimmy both, when I was a young 18-year-old, came out and followed me around a few times and gave me a few hints, because there's quite a few nuances to these boats that are very different than anything else, and it really takes a while to get a hang of it.
A very unique boat, and they're very narrow compared to the 18s and so forth, so they're very, very tippy. They're quite a different beast to jump in and try and hold on to.
So, Sausage, we might have to do a seagull count, like they do in the cricket. Well, it's not much happening.
It's not the best.
Viewers,
And there you go on screen. You got Botany Scaffold, which is there you go. It's Sophie Hunt. And there's Alex Hart. Sorry, Sophie Hart, and Alex Hart in the background, and Sophie sails with Bella Devola, and Botany Scaffold new lean of a sponsor, which is Justin Brownbill, who's Botany Access, and there's the two Botany boats, Botany Access, Botany Scaffold. You need any of that stuff, ring them.
There you go, Juzzo. There, paid for your advertising in one hit. There you go.
Beers are on you, Juzzo.
Now, viewers, the breeze has just lifted off, and we're sitting in a windless hole. We can see breeze up the harbour and coming out of Balmoral, and there seems to be a bit over in Manly, but right at the moment we're in the just off North Head in the Sound. There is nothing.
We're in the vortex.
We're in the vortex.
The start boat's on the move again for the viewers at home.
But this could go on all afternoon.
Lucky we've got some beers on board. You guys can limber up, and
I've been waiting for that. What? There's voices in my ear. I'm not sure what's happening here, guys.
Nelly got Ruffy climbing on board. Boys coming over for some banter. So Sophie and Bella, they sailed a 29er together previously and did quite well. They've teamed up for, I think this is their third or fourth season together, and they do quite well. And there's the Scat Man with tickets and Rhino.
They do give it a red hot go, being the loudest boat in the fleet on that thing. Can two brothers plus Jared. There's a bit of anger sometimes that can get heard from a very long way away.
Oh.
Yeah, quick.
So still waiting for this breeze to settle in. Seems to be coming down the harbour a little bit more. That's not good.
No, it's not good.
We can see a Macca 38 going out to sea on starboard tack, which is just
I think it's gone even further left than it was before.
trying to go southeast.
And then plug it in.
Just powering back on.
You right?
Now we're back.
We're back. Sorry, viewers. The camera, it was bored and trying to give you something to look at, and it went into a flat spin.
Yes.
So that boat on screen is the Musto, which is the
Hugh Stoddard.
Hugh
Jamie
Stoddard. Yep.
Oh, Kinch. Which boat did that used to be? I said it's got North sails. Must have come from Belmont, did it?
And you've got me there.
I think it did come from
Yeah. Someone up at Belmont's probably saying, that was my boat. You can text Jimmy, tell him which one it was.
Text Craig, he loves it. The bloke with the biggest text on his phone.
Saves wearing glasses.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Poor starters on the start boat.
There's a shebang just crossing in front of us there with brothers King, Jamie and Ant,
Does
with Julian Lindemann on the sheet. They go okay on their day.
I've sold a few races with Ant. He tries to call me up. He called me up for last week. It was a bit too cold, a bit too west for me.
I don't blame you.
Water temperature is only 16 degrees wobbly, so don't answer your phone anytime soon.
Jack Andrew told me the secret one day, the 40-degree rule. If the water temperature, air temperature don't add up to 40, don't go sailing.
That's not a bad starting point, actually.
Yeah.
It's good.
Jack of all trades. G'day, Jack. I'm sure you're tuning in.
Hope you're at St George, Jack, in that sportsman's bar watching us.
May sail on Saturday down at St George. So,
Yeah, so, but he's not sailing.
yeah, no, I know he's not sailing, but yeah,
They've probably got a nice sou'wester down there.
if not, they've definitely got a nice new clubhouse to sit in and drink beer.
What a beautiful clubhouse. Absolutely amazing job. Saw a few of the Manly Skiff Club golf people went down for, was Kenny Prestige's birthday, and one of the others, they hired a bus on Thursday and went down to the new club. And all I kept getting was text messages and pictures, just how overwhelmed they were with how good the place was.
That was half of our worry, was the people from Manly going down, seeing it and
Coming back to Manly. And
coming back to Manly and going. So, but got a few years of just saving some coin, and I'm sure we'll do something to the clubhouse at Manly in due course.
That is next on the shopping list.
Manly will be hosting the Nationals
This year?
this year.
Or next year.
Oh yeah, in January 7 to 14. So put that in your leave calendar if you want to tune in and watch us and watch the live stream. We've got a few exciting things that the team here have been working on, which I don't want to tell you what it is until we crack it, because we're that close to getting it right. But yeah, it would be some stuff that hasn't been seen in this realm before.
Atmosphere.
Yeah.
Oh, sounds good. I think it's just fantastic that really you can be anywhere in the world and you'll be able to watch the 16 nationals, and with the technology you guys have put together on this camera boat, it's like you're in the boat. Like, you know, look, it was only I don't know, 8-10 years ago, if you got an aerial shot from a helicopter, everyone was amazed, even if they got the picture printed and put it on their wall at home. And now it's just standard. You guys can do it on every second boat. I think it's just amazing. I think the viewers do too.
Yeah, well, the boys here, like Chits, Piers, we've got Berger on today, we normally got Dylan. They know they're some of the best in the business, and that's why, I've really chased hard to put them all together.
No, you've done a really good, I think this is just a fantastic setup. And really I know you've spent a lot of money on this setup, but like compared to what they spend on the Grand Prix circuit, like, you know.
Yeah.
Chalk and cheese, they've got helicopters.
Yeah, I don't have Larry's money.
Got Jimmy's money instead.
Jimmy's money and Jimmy's stress every night, but all is good. There's the cyber tech group with, I know Kobe Napper's up the bow on that.
Theo Franklin's here.
Theo, so...
Kobe is Rob Napper's son, the forward hand on the IME.
Jimmy knows a lot about sailing with Rob.
Yes. I miss sailing with my old mate Robbie Napper, but the body just can't hold up to sailing skiffs anymore. The only sailing I do these days is on a Wednesday, occasionally with Craig on the mighty Osmark, and then up in Thailand where we've got a yacht up there, and we go up and get up to shenanigans sailing up there, which is good fun. So that's it. That's all I'm doing these days, and otherwise I'm busy with this. This is this is turning into quite an operation with between here, the 18s, all the big boat stuff, the Southport.
And your calendar's starting to get pretty full now, Jimmy, isn't it?
It is. It's chockers. It's.
Like, I know you're disappointed because they just announced that the King's Cup is going to be held this year after 3 years it hasn't been on.
Couldn't be the worst week in the whole entire calendar for me, Craig. It's
it's the first week of December and they managed to pick, what's on, the Cannon Big Boat Challenge?
No, it's not Cannon anymore. It's the Solus Big Boat Challenge.
Yep.
You've
It's on your
got
age
the
Cabbage Tree Island?
Cabbage Tree Island, and you got the 2 offshore races that they do during the week with the CYCA. It's quite a big week for all the big boats, and it's sort of, as you know, with the Big Boat Challenge and so forth, that's a pretty big thing to want to win because it's sort of a dominant. This is who we are. Like the end, as I was alluding to before, you got the Andu Comanches back out here on I believe a 2-year charter from the owners by young Herman winning, and Woody couldn't help himself and put himself in the crew. And so, you got them, you got Wild Oats, you've got Law Connect. No Scallywag coming out this year. He's doing some modifications to his boat. I was chatting with Woody the other week. They're moving the mast, and he was saying a new mainsail for that thing is $250,000 US just for on a 100-footer.
Actually, I was talking to Phil Harmer. He was saying
There's a little fluid on screen. Yeah, sorry, mate.
they're getting a new mast for it.
Yeah.
It's like a quarter of the weight of, I can't remember what it was, but it was ridiculous.
8 kilo,
800.
800 kilo lighter. Or something.
Mast.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. But I suppose that's 20-year-old technology.
Yep, and there's a little fluid. Clint's a good sponsor of the association. Who's this one? Number 23.
20. I just had Seamus Smart and Will Howe. Sorry, might have got that wrong. On the horn blower. Not much signage on it. But great name.
So the start boat still showing 270 to the top mark, so
It has
still relative to a Warber Street in Balmoral. And saying 16-foot skiffs, 3 lengths.
It is just starting to push through a bit more. It's clicked back to the right a little bit, so it's looking slightly more positive than it was before.
Hopefully we can get a start off soon, because if they don't start, it'll go back the other way again. There's the...
There's Georgia and Alana Clancy on the Outback Marine, powered by Victron,
which has still got the same...
which is the old Bart.
Bart Simpson insignia on the sail.
And today would have been Adam Barraclough's birthday.
Would have been his 50th birthday today.
50th birthday.
Yep.
Adam Barraclough is ex-treasurer, director of the club, very close friend to a lot of people. It's a life taken well too soon.
And today's race is also for the juniors in the 16, the Bart or Adam Barraclough Cup. So, there's almost a race within a race for the boys who are an average age of under 25, I believe it is. We've seen in the last few years, it's a big thing for these young guys to come through and take that, because it means quite a lot to the older boys who put it all together.
Certainly does.
Yeah, well, Rolf, our president, was very passionate and really wanted to do something, and that's what he, I think he got together with Fiona Bart's ex-wife, and they came up with that for the idea, and, Bart was very passionate about the young guys coming through. So,
He put a lot of time and effort into the club too, being treasurer. And
Yeah.
sadly missed. So this breeze is, you see in the distance there, Typhoon's got a good bit of breeze in the background there.
First time I've seen the Typhoon upright for so long and so long.
Yeah, right.
Especially in a westerly.
Keep it up, keep it up.
Well, they are. They're doing a very good job of keeping it up.
They want to.
There's a bit of talent on that boat. You'd hope they're keeping it up, right?
Exactly.
So we're starting to see to the right of screen now, though. It's just starting to fill in up towards Middlehead. Still southwest, which we're a bit worried about when it was supposed to be northwest, but just starting to kick back in, and people starting to jump on the trap and get a little bit hairy in some of their manoeuvres, you know. So
Geez, that was a big packet of Jaffas you ate there, sausage. In between. Here it comes now. It's coming in now.
There's a lot of room.
This breeze gone. It's nearly true west, isn't it?
Boats in the background coming down on the kite there.
Yeah, the boats are coming down. They're in a bit of. Oh, you'd call that west, wouldn't you? You wouldn't say that's southwest. West. We all agree with west.
Go ahead, Matana.
Some
Copy, thank you.
chatter in the background about dropping the AP.
Yep, they're just getting the pin sorted. And once they've got that sorted, because the pin's just getting trailed here behind the
I hope they
boat.
do it quickly before the breeze shifts again.
Yep.
There's
There's
the fluids on a little 13 fluid. It's on a beautiful gust there coming through there. Even the 16 guys below them are having a look at them. Let them go.
optimum angle, right?
Yes, so.
Yeah, it's better.
235 is new axis. Great.
Getting around to southwest.
The 13 crews that we got this year are quite young, so you know they've been kept ashore a few times because they haven't just haven't got the skill set just yet.
Yeah.
So you know a lot of them have stepped up from the flying 11s, and it's good to see that they're coming through.
September's not the best time to come out and learn how to sail one of these things. It's classic. We get these westerlies off the land, which are puffy, and possibly the hardest wind you can sail one of these boats in, the 16s and the 13s, because they're so fine.
Yep.
And you know, if you come in after one of these races and you're not sore, you've done pretty well, I reckon.
I was never sore. Sausage, I was always.
Too far in front.
There's the fireball going past the fire stopping.
Waiting for them to come and sponsor the camera cat as well. You get some real interesting commentary if that happens.
We do accept product. We're quite fond of it.
Yep.
Product in kind. We're still waiting on our AP coming down now. So a minute till the
5 minute gun.
5 minute gun. Thanks, Matana.
At 235.
I was there when you went for a walk.
See how they do it.
Just go again when you're ready at the 5, please. Basically up to Middle Ed from where we are. There, Craig?
Three laps.
Yep.
2 laps for the 13s.
downwind finish.
You want to explain the bottom gates?
So we're running, the course that we're going to be running is we've got a standard top mark in place with gates at the bottom. Go through the gate, choose left or right.
5 minutes.
We're going to do that 3 times with and then the last time down, it runs straight through the finish. In these Wesleys, as the boys were alluding to before, you know, we don't like the centre of the course too much, so choosing your gate at the bottom is going to be a big decision. Hero to zero pretty quick in this kind of stuff, so see how we go.
So, yes, down to the end. Got 5 minutes.
I've got a message through from Steve Bowen, who's watching on at home. He's pretty confident in the left, so, you know, when I sailed with him, he was never wrong, so we'll just see how we go.
Of course he was never wrong.
He's your boss, that's why he's never wrong. You'll learn one day, Wobbly. G'day, Steve-O. We'll get you out here at some point.
Where's the gate?
They haven't put the gate in yet.
That's why I can't find it.
They're
Okay.
moving the marks as we speak.
It made you feel a bit better, didn't it?
That does.
I reckon it's going to be just in front of the start line if it helps.
Looks like Chris up the bow of Chubbs, is it? Chris Goulds?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Thought he wasn't sailing this year. Well,
Well, that's what he said the other week to us. And then
that's lasted a week.
Yeah, just make sure you've got battery at the top.
So as we're waiting for this race to start, boys, just have a think. It seems like from before we're all pretty much on the Moonin and Ruffy to take this one out. But if we could fill out a podium, you could give us a bit of an insight on what you think's going to happen from there.
I'd like to see the young gun Dan Links.
Yep.
Yeah,
From the IME.
on the IME. From
Yep.
what I've heard in a bit of chit chatter around the place, he's going to be one to watch.
Yeah, and with Trent and Rob up the front, you know, he's got the A-team crew.
Yeah, and this bloke will be on the Typhoon with the gold medalist.
I'll put him in for a podium finish.
A podium finish.
Oh, it's a westerly.
I'll go a bit further out of the box. I know the young Sutek boys have been in the gym pretty hard over the off-season.
Well, they've got a new gym sponsor, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Steve-O's been into him. Part of his deal is still helping him out, that they had to go to the gym 3 times a week. So, you know, Josh is looking fit. And I'm pretty confident in them, and I reckon they could jag a good podium.
Rightio, you heard it here first.
So do you still think it's left up the first wave? I'm putting all my eggs in the left basket.
If you and Steve are going left, I'm going right. No, I'm in the left as well. Yeah.
The secret is you wait till the top mark and then you let everyone know which way you went.
Is it
We try and foil Bucko on the when we're covering the 18s.
the catabatic pressure?
Oh,
That's
don't
what we're going to look for, don't we?
Don't even start.
Yeah, bit of a boundary layer. I've got no idea about that stuff, so Bucko, you can come and teach me one day, please.
Oh,
You'll be there for an hour.
you won't have ears left after a pull, I can assure you. I'm sure Baz Atkins is probably tuning in, barking at the TV.
Telling us all how smart we are.
Don't you think?
I'll do the thinking, you do the sailing.
1 minute to go. Red pumps with the veteran Bruce steering.
It's always
He's a bit early.
he's
You've got to kill a bit of pace there, or maybe he's going to go around the boat.
I don't know what the fire stopping's doing. They're going for a port hander by the looks of it.
it's a bold move in your first club championship race.
Yes. 30 seconds to the start. Everyone's all bunched up here at the boat
I
end.
think they might be a little bit early. Please, not a general, not after all this. 15. Oh, I think the
Tail of 2 breezes again.
5, 4, 3.
Please start. So we've got the Sutek winning the boat there. And
Thank you, Matana.
Typhoon,
see if Typhoon can live there.
they're doing pretty comfortably there.
Yeah.
Good aerial
Rough.
shot there of the boats. You see the boats on the right-hand side of the screen seem to be breaking a bit into the breeze.
So we got Ruffy flicking on the moon and coming straight out to the right.
He's gone out to your right-hand side, Paul.
Well, there's pressure
Yeah.
out here to the right.
And it looks like he's going to be the first person in the race to the pressure coming down the course. So we'll see how this
He's in the pressure.
And
He's off.
and off screen, everybody seems to have flicked in behind him already.
So
Yeah, well,
the guys at the bottom of the screen, to the left there, your fire stopping, and I can't really make out the other one, but there is a different line of breeze coming down the harbour,
Yeah.
which if they hook into, they could be looking pretty famous as well. So, as I was saying before the race, it's either right or left, black or red, heads or tails.
Yeah,
So-
you're not willing to make much of a call until they come together at the top mark in this kind of thing.
You can see. And one red pumps has gone right, and the other one's gone left.
Yep, so that's red pumps red just there on the screen. They've gone right.
And Ruffy will come back
Spec-
into the moon and yachts will come back in to view in just a sec. He's tacked back.
Typhoon just tacking back. Red pumps red, tacking back. And the shebang is
It's still going.
There's the moon and just see you later.
So Shebang getting ready for attack.
Yep. There's the other red pumps. That's red pumps. It's Bruce on the screen there.
So where's the other one? Down the other end.
Yep. Just coming back up through the fleet.
So the boys who off screen, but the guys who look to go left off that start line sort of hit a bit of a hole and then they're looking in a bit of trouble. However, we do have a bit of pressure filling in from the left-hand side and see how they go.
So we're on Ivy.
There's
The other took the left-hand side.
Amy took the left-hand side. They've got
Where is it?
right out
On the screen.
on the screen is where he is.
And the Army's still pushing out to the left here. They've taken a couple of sterns. There's a fire stopping crossing in front of them, I believe.
Stop the fight now.
Actually, I think it was the red pumps, Jimmy, unfortunately.
Oh, give me something, son.
They stole your signage. Okay.
Typhoon on screen.
And as we can see
Sutek
there,
on their hip.
the Moonan's made their way to the front here. And they're about to connect into some good left pressure.
Typhoon's in a good gust there.
Yeah, come back on the other side.
Oh, they're just falling out of the pressure there.
Just go
I think they'll probably tack.
to the back.
Typhoon's tacked. Oh, that's a nice shift they picked up there, but I think they've still got the ferry just went in front of them, so might be a little bit of backwash there.
The new faster Manly ferries.
That's a Middle Harbour boat coming down in front of the Typhoon with the white spinnaker.
We share a course with Middle Harbour.
Yep, we share our racetrack quite often with the guys at Middle Harbour. So you'll see some boats, and we won't know a lot of info on them, but what we'll do, we will let you know.
Especially,
That's-
especially in a westerly, there's only one track that Middle Harbour Skiff Club and the Manly Skiff Club can actually use.
Well, that's the old kamikaze with Ben Gunton on it, just going past us.
So we're on Chubbs.
Chubbs
There's
checking
Chubbs.
back there.
So the chubs on screen at the moment are probably the most rightmost boat on the oar. There's a couple more, but they're heading out to the right of screen, and you know it's. Okay.
It's Moonen and Sutek. Your prediction?
Yeah.
Wobbly?
They just had the typhoon. They rolled straight through in front of them. So you know we are starting to see this snakes and ladders game where you get a bit of gauge on people. You're going to make. There's a chance you can make a good gains.
Georgia just flashed across screen there before on the old Bart, which is now the Outback Marine. There she is on screen. They were now training during the week after quite a rude shock to the start of their campaign last week.
Yes. Georgia's been away from the class for a little bit. She went over and lived over in London for probably three or 4 years, and then she's come back, filled in for a little bit, and decided to pull the pin and get her own boat. And, you know, she's already very apt feeling, and she's got her sister up the front who I had the pleasure of sailing with in my junior years, and Alana's one of the best people you'll ever sail a boat with. She's lovely and can do everything. So we're looking forward to see how they go.
I've sailed a few races with Alana. She's really good.
Yeah, oh, she's amazing.
I rate her as a forward hand. It's a lot more than some of the blokes have taken out over the years.
100%.
So on screen they got Moonen on starboard tab,
And then,
Botany Access,
and,
Georgia in the Outback Marine.
Outback Marine.
so, and Georgia and Alana are actually the cousins of Ruffy steering the Moonen. And I can tell you if they manage to get a win or pass in front of them, there will be a lot of noise coming from Georgia and a bit of grief heading Ruffy's way.
What's at the mark there?
Not far from the top mark, and the pressure is increasing.
Starting to see these mains go inside out a little bit, which means we're getting up to that 16, 18 knots in this flat water, you know.
And the Botany Access, they've just hooked into a beautiful line there, along with Outback Marine and Moonen. They're all coming into this mark.
They're a bit close to lay here.
I think they'll be nearly these sheets, wouldn't they? I don't know.
Nah.
Well, I think Botany Access is, if you have a look in there. So it'll be Moonen first, closely followed by...
Well, we got the Typhoon coming on port here too, so it'll be tight between them and the Outback Marine.
And the other one that slipped around the outside is Musto, Hugh Stoddard.
So he's a port starboard with Botany Access and the Typhoon. On clean tack.
Oh, big Redo drop the name.
I saw that too.
Oh, Moonen!
Oh, yes! Oh, no!
Oh, Matt
No.
Stenner.
Wow. Hey.
He's not going to hear the end of this.
I'm glad we got that on film.
The little rock star that only wants to sail a few races.
Oh,
Gets him
oh,
down.
Oh, you can see the Outback Marines in plenty there as well.
Oh,
Oh, the Outback Marine.
look what you did to Alana. You put the commentator's curse on her. She's just fallen off the side of the boat.
We're not on her at the moment. We're on Botany Access capsizing on top of the Typhoon.
Oh, and the Typhoon's down.
They're all in. They're all in.
Here come my young Suit Tech boys, left of screen.
Oh, big nose
bound
line there.
down.
Oh.
So we've got a few safe heads coming through
1,
next.
2,
You watch
3,
this.
4. We've got five in the drink at the moment.
Red pumps red, got away clean.
Oh,
Red
nice,
punch red. Yes, he's through.
nice job set there from the red pump.
So red pumps is sitting there spinning. Someone's coming around the top mark now.
Is Imey?
We're not on that at the moment. There's Imey.
Oh,
Imey's gone in.
Sorry, I'm
Imey's gone in.
Yeah.
It's another one.
Then
Just
Chubbs.
stay. Chubbs is in. Just stay on the top
Stay
mark.
on the mark,
Stay
Burger.
on the mark, Burger. This is fantastic. He's the next unemployment hero. Go forward, Jimmy. Go forward.
I'm good.
So on screen, we've got a bit of carnage at the moment. We've got a few more coming through.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's boats in the piss everywhere.
Off screen, but I'll just fill you in. The two boats with shoots up, red pumps red, hammering down the centre of the course, and Moonen out to the left, who've still got a jibe in.
And
But
the breeze is probably up to about, probably gusting to 25 at the moment. There's
Yeah.
a filthy line coming through. And so these boats cannot bear away in 25 knots.
So, yeah, we got 2 rigs on these boats. Generally, the big rig, they sail up to 16, 17, 18 and change down anything after that. So, we're well past the limits of this rig at the moment.
So we're looking at the IME there. They'll just be waiting for a little bit of a lull in the breeze to try and come away. Still going, still going. Here they go now, they're coming away. And they're safe. We've got
The Capital Brewing managed to get away there safely too.
someone else in the background there having trouble. There's a beautiful aerial shot.
Yeah.
Capital Brewing, there they go, they've got the kite up now.
Send it.
If they pull this on, they'll be off.
You cannot let enough vang off in the bear away here.
Get to the back, get to the back of the bus, get to the back of the bus. Will they make it down this run?
Tell you what, they want to be jibing pretty soon too, the Capital Brewing, to make it down to that gate at the bottom. Had a bit of a left shift here, so
Come back up here. No, we better go down with some of these, I think, Jimmy.
see if we can follow someone down. So,
They're all up here, still trying to come away.
so we're on the
Your
red
boys.
pumps that we've been informed is usually in front of the other one. However, it seems to be a fair way behind it at the moment. They've safely executed their jibe and they're looking like they've taken a nice line down to the gate down the bottom here.
Absolute carnage on the course here. Oh, just off screen, another one. So I think the Capital Brewing just ate it to the right hand side of the screen. And you've got Contemporary Pools just on the right hand side there. We're just coming back. Let's see how they go in their jibe. You can see Altus in the background. No, they just ate it as well.
So we're on the Bartley here, and based on things you can't see here, but if they jibe now, they'll be dropping almost instantly to reach into the gate. The gate's a long way on the left.
Same goes for the jibe.
The red pumps on screen, I think if they drop now, are almost working into it. So it's a bit of...
A beautiful drone shot there of the red pumps screaming into this bottom mark.
Get some of your best rides in a westerly when it goes right.
The red pumps red around and gone,
Oh,
right?
they're red. Oh,
They're going to get the blend site.
Stop it.
Now, you ready?
There's the main red pumps. They've realised they've almost be working to the top mark from where they are.
Now, I think we've got a great time now.
So yeah, the Bartley's coming in hot on this bottom mark, but they managed to get through their jive, so they're one step ahead of most people on the course at the moment. But I think a drop's coming pretty quickly.
Come over to these guys.
Moon and Yachts in the lead.
Yeah, so I think the...
was it red pumps red go? I think he.
Yeah, well, there's Moon and there's red pumps. So obviously the little swim woke the boys up on Katood up on the Moonin and pulled his finger out. Got him down there pretty quick.
Yeah, I think the red pumps red overlaid that mark and extended right a bit too far.
Coming down.
So you've got who's that on screen there?
It's the Contemporary Pools or Botany, I think, with the orange on the sail. Just got Roundup coming up from the IME.
Yeah, Typhoon's round, followed by the IME. They both had capsizes, so good comebacks to both of them. So
Can't see it in the sun.
It's going to be hard to live there for the IME.
that breeze seems to have settled down a bit now, Paul. Just it's not as windy as it was.
Just that first initial puff through is always the worst. It just seems to have clicked a bit right too, Ed, do you think?
It's breeze definitely gone right, and it's got some more grunt in it as well. Looking up towards Balmoral, he's gone northwest.
Yeah.
So you were right. Steve, you were wrong.
Oh, what did
What
I
would you
say? Ed and Steve are going left, go right.
It's definitely, looking up the course now, its breeze has definitely gone right.
So next one around the mark is Botany Access.
Followed by Red Pumps.
So gate down the bottom. And next one around is going to be the Chubs.
We've got a marks here.
Oh, Chubb's just round. And coming in next, there's 1, 2.
Saint's best race so far of his career.
He's a little
No,
Rudy.
no,
There you go. Just put the mocker on him.
Round to the
Sorry,
left
Saint.
if we can, Bo.
Come on, Burger.
Burger again to the left.
You got it just. Now we've got Bartley trying to come into this mark. The problem is it is very fresh at the moment, and they have to come away. Oh, not on this one. They're actually,
It could go between the two.
if they're going to go around that mark, they have to take it to starboard, which they won't want to do because that means they'll have to try and jibe. So there's another mark to the right of the screen, which they can, if they can get down to it, they can just take it to port and just round up, which is what they're going to try and do. So
But they changed the rule where you can't. You got to come through the gate itself. You can't.
wonder why they did that.
Well, because you went and did something and they got angry with you and they made a change.
Are they going to save it?
They saved it.
They've still got to get away. They have to get away to this mark. And there's someone else right behind them. Employment Heroes coming in.
Will Devola.
Are they going to get there? Are they going to get there? Oh, I think Employment Hero.
Employment Heroes in the clear.
Employment-
I
they're-
reckon.
they're
Line
round.
Heroes around.
The Bartley.
Bartley's still on a bit of fishing.
Pull the main on. Someone on
there's
Bartley
there's
just to help the young bloke back into the boat.
There's a crew member about 3 metres away from the boat.
It's giving those bungees
Now
a good
there's a
test.
13 come to join the party on starboard. This is going to be ugly. I can hear crunching carbon here in a minute. Oh no! Oh no! That could be ugly. Is there a rescue boat close by?
Nah, it'll be fine.
No, they're fine.
They're drifting in behind now.
I think the Bartley's round.
If they can get that crew member back.
He's just going to jump on the 13. Help them get it up and keep going.
No, he's sunk
Oh
it.
no, they're gone as well. Righto.
Actually, watch Barton up into the bottom mark.
We've got Shebang and Fire Stopping coming into the bottom mark next.
I haven't seen this many boats capsize for a long time.
It's because you're normally capsized with them, man.
Bullshit, I'd be upright.
You can't see that far when you're that close to the water.
Here's Anthony King trying to come down to this mark. Have we got him on screen? Yes, the shebang. He has to get away a bit more. A bit more. Is he going to get away to it?
He's going up to the
He's
left.
got to round up,
getting
mate. Got to round up to the next mark.
I was looking at the wrong one. Sorry, I was looking at the screen.
And the Fire Stopping have learnt from the previous 2 weeks and are upright and rumbling. Well done, boys.
Good job.
No, let's go. Top mark again. Yeah, please. Yep.
All right.
Firing up there.
So we're just going to head up to the top mark so we can watch a bit more carnage as they go around the top mark.
Oi, and whistling, whoever that
Oh,
was.
sorry. That was me.
You blow people's eardrums out at aim.
Oh.
So we're still on the shebang and the fire stopping. Shebang's just tacked back onto the starboard. I think you'll find the breeze has gone that far right. It's what we call a one-legger to the top mark.
Yeah. And then they're going to have a dodgy jibe away, bear away jibe at the top, or else you're going to overcook that bottom mark by a significant amount, I reckon.
Yeah, it's all the funnest manoeuvres to do in a 16-foot skip in this way to breeze, right?
Yeah. Because you're getting yelled to pull the chute up and then also hit the wire at the same time.
So-
It's great fun.
In the background there, that red spinnaker is the red pump's red.
Red.
So where is the moon, guys?
I cannot see the moon in anywhere.
Moonin, where are you, Ruffy?
I'll put money on their upside down somewhere.
There's red
Yeah,
pumps,
red.
red on screen, belting downhill.
We're about to hit a nice fairway here. We might see a bit of centreboard action.
And I think you'll find up the top mark here, there's a few.
Safely navigated by the red pumps. Often it's the second fairway when you're going through, catching up to it. That's actually the hardest one.
On the exits around.
Botany access around next.
Yeah.
Or the Typhoon, sorry, and then Botany access.
Yeah, the Typhoon looked like it had a quick swim on its fairway, John.
At least they're heading the right direction.
And we're still missing a Moonin, but when we find him, we'll let you guys know.
So Botany Access still having trouble pulling away. He's going to.
The Typhoon's going for a spinnaker just off screen.
I think the rooster only knows one way, doesn't he? Full speed.
Send it or bend it.
With the
Back to the Typhoon.
Typhoon's got.
and the Army's
That's what it looks like upright, Ed.
the Army's choosing the two-tail reach down here, which I'm not. I'm actually.
I just think with Dan Links, he's probably just a little bit reserved, Paul. Like, you know, any other given day, Napa would be having that spinnaker up in. Yeah, like he used to, sometimes when he was going, oh, we're going to get a shoot on, we're going to get a shoot on, I was panicked.
I actually think if the breeze stays in Jimmy too, it could be the quickest way without a set. You know, we're going to see the Typhoon have to drop and then reach back up, and if they can keep two on the wire all the way to the bottom.
So red pumps, they're trying to set it, or are they?
It's in.
Oh,
Not sure what's happening.
Never.
so where's the Moonin?
That we don't know, brother.
I
No, that's Chubbs, I think. Sorry, there's red pumps on screen. Did they just do a granny?
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce.
Well, they're heading the right direction now.
Yeah.
They're aiming at the bottom mark. That whole 40 Ks of Jay Harris trying to swing it down to the back of the boat there.
Wringing wet.
Might as well have a box of matches out on the wire.
Where are you, Moonin?
He's got a big spot.
No, he's come back up. See if we can find somebody else coming back up.
So red pumps appears to be aiming straight to the bottom mark. They've just got to execute these ferry waves. They've come up a bit here to try and take these waves side on, so they don't do a big nosedive. Let's see how they go.
Safe.
I've just got to
Just
move
got
out
through
a little
there
bit.
very
We've got a few 13s coming in with young Will Devola to the top mark. Just give them some room to execute the manoeuvre, just as the breeze has kicked to just a little bit more.
well. Oh, they're gone. 13 in the drink.
Stay on those two.
Got employment hero going to try and do the bear away here.
With the Bartley above it.
Bartley 13-foot skiff, not the 16-foot skiff.
Bit of yellow.
Bit of public relations going on.
Well, there was a port tacker, middle harbour boat, out of control. So
Captain Blunt.
So there we go, employment hero. They've got it away. No, they're gone. Another one bites the dust.
I've got a boat moving.
So we have
Chubbs over here.
Bartley, the 13's gone in.
Yeah, they managed to get through their bear away and just lost it on the thing. So here comes a good test for the young boys on the fire stopping.
Fire stopping will come from left to right on the screen here. There they are now. Let's see how they go with their bear away.
With the
You've got a middle harbour rescue boat right below them where they want to go, towing a 13-foot skiff. So just stay on them for a sec, Burger. They've got a.
there's another 16 that are going to go round up there too.
It's like a minefield.
Here's Moonin. I found the Moonin, so I reckon they've just legged it.
I'd say they're on
And
the hot run
fire
to the finish.
stopping got it away. They're just going to execute the jibe.
I reckon we might have missed Noonan going around the top
I
mark.
think we missed them going around the top and the bottom. So this will be Ruffy's run to the finish on the Mighty Moon and yachts.
He's got to try and get away too, and there's plenty here right now.
Yeah. Plenty is the understatement.
Here we go. Here he goes.
They're not on the screen.
Oh, right. Okay, he's on screen.
But to give everyone a heads up, bit of white water, but they look safe as houses.
Oh.
Trying to give the commentators curse as much as I can.
And what's the next one coming away here?
Sutek.
Fire stopping on screen.
They've done well, got their shoot up. Let's see how they go through the jibe.
They're underneath
the background.
the lee of middle head, which can't be good.
There's a commentator's curse.
Well, they're gone in the drink as well.
I really want a Gus to cop that.
So, Moon, just on screen, here he goes through his jibe, and he's gone as well. Right, so now this is getting interesting. Who is upright? Oh, here
Sutek, Shebang.
We've got the Shebang coming round.
Just jump on Sept, Pierce. Over there.
We'll just stay on Shebang for a sec. Here we go. Shebang coming away.
Safe.
This is the run to the finish, so I believe. So we.
No. Answer lap behind.
Yeah.
Well, how about the Sutek?
No,
they're a lap
behind too.
Yeah. So
Oh, and there's the Shebangs in.
overall race, we got the red pumps red, probably 100 metres away from the mark, with Ruffy on the moon and just starting to get it up.
Moonan's in the lead, but they still have to do a. We're not on the Moonan at the moment. We're on.
This is the Sutek boys. They're looking safe.
Sutek
Looking
boys. So off screen we have Moonan. They still have to try and get away to get to the bottom mark.
Good shot, Pierce.
But this is a good shot of the Sutek boys hammering into the bottom mark there.
Find a boat. Yeah, stick with fire. That boat. Fireball. Yeah. Just went through your screen.
Fireball.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Good. No, I've done that too much.
Here comes the red pumps red into the top mark, which isn't on screen, but still there.
So
There's the Moonan.
There we have Moonan. They've got through their bear away,
Back up, Pierce, to the top.
and we think they are on their way to the finish.
Back up to the top. Mark.
No, finish off a win.
No, they're talking to.
Here comes red pumps.
Red pumps are in second. Let's see how they go here. Dodging the minefield.
Oh. Well, if they get it away now, they'll be fine.
Yeah, and then come up. Oh no, yeah, stay with me.
And here we got Phil Cook. He's generally pretty safe in these kind of things.
And Rob and Dave Gruder, the brothers.
Yeah, I'll do it again. Right in the back door, Pierce.
So we're following down Moonan with the drone here. You get to see Gus earn his money. These 2 sail reaches really got to work and give your feedback to the skipper because to let him know how much pressure you got in that main and whether you're in a from past experience sailing with Ruffy, he loves the Death Stone and Gus will be on the edge of his seat.
Later on that.
Yeah, well, Ruffy and Joe had very similar wants and calls.
Yeah.
I think their old man Paul had them set down, and this is what you will be doing and how you'll be calling for it.
I understood Ruffy was a bit nicer in the boat than Joe was.
Yeah, no, I agree. We can say that because Joe's not out here. He's out on the Macca 38, so he's not watching.
I've been,
Moonan going for a shoot.
yeah, they had Matty in there, so they just need to get the shoot to get down to the finish, I think.
I think he's a little bit high. The breeze has died off a bit too.
Yeah, there's a few. So
There's the red pumps, red on screen, chasing him down, and I think that might have made him a little nervous, but I think they got enough of a lead here to the Moonan. See if there you go. That's what I was just about to ask for, Chits. Thank you. There's the split screen. So you're Moonan on the left and red pumps red on the right.
So these two have really gapped out on the rest of the fleet here.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
Ruffy didn't actually make that finish.
no.
Yeah, stay with me.
So we've got Moonan coming into the finish here.
first blood to Moon and Yachts.
So they've got 10 minutes from now.
Explain that for the viewers at home.
I think it's 10 minutes, isn't it?
Explain what you're talking about.
Okay. From the first boat finishing, you have to finish within 10 minutes of this boat that's just finished to be able to start in the second race. So you might find a couple of guys that are maybe down a lap and a half. They might just come down here and
Copy.
So we've got the red pumps coming in here to the finish. We've probably got about 50 metres to go.
See if you can sink him, Paul.
Nah, I can't do that. He's a nice young bloke.
So that's red pump 2.
Yep.
Red pumps red. If it was red pumps 1, we'd definitely be trying to sink him. Yeah, Bruce's reaction would have been great.
Bruce was over here somewhere.
But he's over there.
It's all too confusing because the old fire stopping, the black one,
okay.
that's what you're thinking it is, which is sailing at Middle Harbour, which is now the Kamikaze.
Okay.
And then you've got Capital Brewing, which I think are a lap down.
Yeah.
Same with the fire stopping, but your next coming down, it looks like, which if we come around to our right, Bergie, you've got a yellow and a green chute coming down just behind the fast ferry. So it's Typhoon and I believe Shebang.
Yeah, I think Shebang might have another lap to do.
I think they are down a lap.
Yeah.
But
There's
Kingy
also,
on the send it mission, he asked last night for every photo we get of him upside down, he wants 2 photos of him up the right way.
So the actual race here, we're on Typhoon, but the Omi's actually coming down without a spinnaker up, just up to the top and trying to kind of get themselves down to the finish. So it's going to be an interesting one with the Typhoon having to drop and the Omi up above trying to soak down without a chute on.
And then the boys on the...
Typhoon's got plenty on there. Oh, they're flogging the chute on the Typhoon.
Not the good shoot.
And the really good one, the 5-year-old one. I think they'll get there, won't they?
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to be touch and go. No way. Got to go up to the bloomer.
Orange mark, I think, isn't it?
Oh, is that
Orange
the
mark,
13
it's
start
13
line?
mark, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry about that.
Just to add to some confusion.
Did they get there?
Yeah, they got there.
Yeah.
See, that Typhoon
well done.
can sail well. I think we're eliminating problems one by one here, Craig.
I might be on here every week.
It still did have its little time upside down, though.
What have we got? What signals have just been flowing?
That means you go home.
Which was
They
it?
overend. Oh, is that for the 13th or the 16th?
No, there's no class flag associated with it.
Oh well, no second race.
So here we got Altus coming through for a well-sailed 5th. Oh, no, looks like they've got another lap to go.
What's the intention? Sorry, just can't see it to his left.
Go to Botany access, guys.
This is the boat
Thank you.
coming through for 5th, actually. Botany
So they've
access.
just canned the second race. I
Yeah,
just
I agree.
confirmed. Yep. They're, so
That's
we'll
it.
only get one race coverage here today for the viewers at home. Like surely on the red pumps. Who's that coming in?
So we got Botany coming
Botany
across the
access.
line now for 5th.
Good result for them.
Yeah, solid result. They've just crossed through the line.
Here's red pump.
This is red pumps. Red.
No, this is
No,
red pumps.
this is red pumps.
This is Bruce Savage red pumps.
Oh, the veterans. We'll just call them the veterans.
The veteran. What, you're going to put Harris in that sort of
How long's he been
legendary
sailing?
Hey,
status?
he's over 40 now, Harris, isn't he?
Combined age of what, 200 or something?
So they're in a similar position here to what the Army was earlier. Oh, they're actually choosing to go for a shoot.
Oh, here we go. Interesting.
Oh, Windward set
So-
with the...
Oh, look at Oh, it's
What
stuck.
could possibly
Oh,
go wrong?
And it's stuck. Oh, no, where's it stuck? Look at it. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, let's just go. Oh.
Well, put it back in the bag, Jay.
Just Piers, just watch the.
We're going to deal with that one when we get to shore, I
We'll
reckon.
just come in square running. We can get there. We can get there.
There's not too many other boats left upright. We've got some 13s.
So that's 6 crossing line now.
Yep.
Sixth.
Yep. Red pumps.
Tell you, I haven't seen all day Cunninghams.
They're not out here.
No Cunninghams, and I haven't seen Southerly.
Nick's probably towing his tinny through the outback somewhere. He's always got a tinny on the back of his car, and there's no water to be seen. I'm not sure what he's doing, that kid.
Actually, I did hear through the headset earlier, Southerly's gone home. Did someone say that?
Suddenly wasn't out here.
Well, he was at the rigging area. His boat was there. It was rigged.
Did you see it in this direction?
No,
out in
that's what
front
I
of you?
think it came out.
An angry noise in the background is when we bring the drone down. We've got to try and hand catch it.
So his employment
Sometimes.
here, did he go to the finish? I reckon they've got another lap.
Oh, I've got a strange feeling they've got another one.
And
Well,
just
they've got
making it
another.
harder.
They've got another swim at least.
Ed's going to coach him on that later.
Swimming lessons.
Mate, come on.
The impossible chin-up bar with Craig.
That's it. After 3 of them, that's it. Take it home.
Yeah. Great rule.
Nowadays, after 1.
And here comes the Sutek. If we come around to our right, Berg. Keep coming right around, just off our
Yeah, we're about to hit him.
port quarter. Up there
we
we
go.
are. There's the Sutek.
So they're not the biggest lads, so when the breeze kicked in, you know, they have a bit more trouble swinging it down.
But definitely some of the funniest of the lads that
Oh,
are around
yeah.
Manly. Definitely the loosest bunch of guys.
Great value. Generally the happiest boat in the fleet, no matter what happens as well.
Well, we're going to have plenty on here in just a minute. There's a big squall coming to get them just before the finish.
They've got a few landmines in front of them here to dodge. 13 jumping into the right of them just to make it even harder.
They're going to make it. I think they're there. But even if they capsize that
Yeah, they're through. So 7th
So
is
7th.
Oh, hit by a big one right
Yeah,
on the
that
finish
was
line,
one
didn't they?
Yeah.
This roundup should be a bit interesting.
Here we go. Round up. Yep. Anyone else left afloat, boys?
Yeah, right here. Chubbs.
Chubs, so
Quick, somebody.
just right here.
They must be down a lap too, wouldn't they?
Well, I've got a feeling
No.
they're running through the finish.
I think they're going to the finish too, right?
Yeah. So a bit further right, Burger. There we go.
They lost their jib or no, just shot it.
Just
Let it rip.
Oh, look at the gust coming towards them near now.
bit of a hot one hitting them now.
Only one on wire. That's a brave affair, isn't it?
Oh, here they go. Here they go. Are they going to get there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just.
And,
There's still more coming down from
Yeah, there's
up
still-
at Balmoral.
Well, these boats that have come through now, they've all had a couple of swims, so if we're still back further, we're going to see some very tight bodies, I reckon.
I don't think anyone didn't have a swim. Can you name a boat that didn't go in the drinks?
I think the red pumps might have.
we didn't. We didn't. We picked the right way to go. We didn't capsize. We were fine. Blokes didn't spill a beer, so we're good.
I've got a strange feeling the red pump's red.
Yeah, maybe they didn't.
Didn't have a swim, but Ruffy's speed kind of just
Ruffy-
managed to keep him ahead with his 2 swims.
He had 2 swims, didn't he?
He had 2, but without the shooter, so they got it up pretty quick.
A lot quicker, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a technical knockout, we call that, don't we? Not a full knockout. Yellow Kite, is that one of ours, or is it a Middle Harbour?
So
We're about to find out.
I've got a sure of these from the angle that's coming down. It doesn't seem to be coming from our top mark, but I know.
Nonetheless, it's a 16-foot skiff.
That's right.
And who's underneath them with the... Oh no, just passing behind them with no spinnaker. Capital
Brewing trying to bear away.
So the yellow...
Well, the yellow chute, the only yellow
Ah,
chute is
shebang.
shebang.
Yeah.
The illustrious treasurer.
The treasurer, El Treasurer.
Ants jumped probably 4 or 5 years ago now, didn't he? Jumped back to steering after being a sheet hand his whole career.
Yep.
He was
6 years ago, because it was the year I retired.
You didn't want to join him on the back of the
Mate, it's showed all these blokes up
The
on the
glory
sheet.
stick?
Don't want to jump on the glory
Okay.
stick and show them up there too.
That's a great drone shot there.
Yeah, that's
They got
great.
Plenty on here.
This flat water in a Wesley is when you sort of start hitting your top speeds in these things with this flat water.
He's absolutely smoking there. Is he laying the finish, boys?
No.
Okay, so he's going to have to drop it. This will be interesting.
Capital Brewing. Ooh, no, we'll stay on the drone shot, sorry.
Just another drone shot. Oh,
Oh.
get back, and then spinnaker in. Oh, that looks ugly. Oh. They saved it.
Answer.
Right,
Capital
Brewing.
Brewing.
Capital Brewing dropping down their chute to make it up to the finish.
Do you reckon they're on the way to the finish or another lap?
They're going to the finish, I reckon.
Finish, mate. Looking at how deep they are, because they've got to go up and remember through the gate.
Oh, yeah, true.
That gate that you know all about.
Well, Port, we'll take it to
Jessica
start.
Isles.
Oh, this is a close
Jess.
one. Oh, Andy with a big dive off the back.
And then if we come around to the left, Berg, you got the mighty fire truck. She's trying to knock her chute off.
Seems they're all the same as me, and they think they have to make it to that blue mark. I think they can. They've got the start line,
Yeah,
don't they?
yeah,
Jimmy?
the blue mark's the 13, mate.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
could have kept on. Oh, maybe they've got another lap.
Oh, the fire stopping.
What are you doing, boys?
Just come away.
Well, they got a hot one on them now too. Loggie's a big boy though, so they should be all right.
Great result for them.
Yeah.
First one in the top 10 for them for the year, so
Is that 10?
well done, boys.
I think it is, yeah.
Small achievements for them.
So you've obviously got a lot to do with them, Jimmy. What's the sort of game plan for the young boys?
Made them set their own goals, and you know they came their first set of goals. They came back to me with, mate, I was like, go back to the drawing board and give yourself a little bit of breathing space.
Is it a bit too ambitious?
Bit too ambitious,
Yeah.
and they so you know we reassessed, and you know like I've been working closely with Alex and the boys there.
Yep.
He's Phil Cook coming to the finish.
Trying to do the soak down at the moment. I think
trying to soak down, because the last thing he wants to do is a jibe, but he's looking like he's going to have a jibe to get down.
I'd get the jibe in earlier with what's behind him.
Reckon he'll jibe or granny?
Phil jibe.
Phil jibe.
Phil jibe, definitely.
I'd be jibing
That's like will Phil Cook ever do a port hand start?
Will Phil Cook dock you on port? Ask Ruffy about that one.
Coming in.
And close with Musto in the background. So there's Brand Sense. That's from Middle Harbour, that one. It was just on screen. So there's the mighty Altus. Is the boat behind Altus will be Musto coming to the finish.
Nice tight finish for 11th and 12th here. But I think
Altus, Musto. So, which 13s are still afloat?
One coming down, right in front of the blue kite.
There's one with a blue kite, I think I can see. There it is.
there it is,
Right.
and I can tell you it's
That's
kicked.
Ebix,
That's Edix.
oh, no, it's ours, sorry.
It's kicked right back in this breeze too.
We'll ride aim with the mighty Ebix here.
It's James Hopkins with not his sister Gemma.
Well,
Because
Napo he rates that young Hoppo. He reckons he's a good young guy to keep your eye on for the 16s.
the crew,
Yep, young James Hopkins.
I mean, they're making it look pretty easy here and some pretty tough.
Did he go round the gate? Why's he going upwind?
Well, because he's going home.
Yeah.
That's why I'd be going uphill.
You reckon that far?
So these guys are coming to put the chute away. So it's James Hopkins' crew on this boat. So he's just looking like he was pulling it down once there, and now he's putting a good knot. And on our sheet, unfortunately, we've got Gemma down, who I'm assuming his sister. However, I don't think that is Gemma.
Doesn't look like Gemma.
No.
It doesn't look like a Gemma. So there's another 13. Oh no, he's not going to the finish.
So it looks like they're going back up.
Looks like they're both going back up.
Well, I mean, they started a bit later. They take a bit more time, so they might.
Yeah, they had a couple of swims.
Suppose-
Might have one more lap.
I suppose it means they've only done one lap today. So.
No, he must think he has to go through the gate to get to the finish line, is my thought there.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
Now,
they do have a few funny things like
see
that.
if you
in
can
some
hear a
of the
horn,
classes.
guys.
Yep.
Yeah.
There was a horn.
Well done, Evie. So it looks like it's the first place for them.
Great job.
Jimmy's form lines are sounding pretty good in the 13s by the sounds of it.
So, yeah, just tidy up a few housekeeping issues and then we'll wrap it up. But please feel free to follow Sail Media on social media platforms to stay up to date with what else we're up to. We'll definitely be back here on the 15th of October to cover the next heat of the club championship for the Manly 16-foot Skiff Club. Really hope that you guys have enjoyed the viewing. I hope that for the people that watch us with the 18s have seen a different style of skiff on Sydney Harbour and Wild Westerly. I'd like to thank Paul. Thanks so much, mate. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Jimmy.
Eddie, thanks so much for coming along. I hope you're better. I hope you're back out there.
Thanks, Jimmy.
Berger, Piers, Chits, thanks, boys. You guys are rock solid as always. Really appreciate all your efforts. And yeah, stay tuned and come and join us on the 15th of October.
Cheers, guys.